What's good, superstars? Back with another Veve video. You got Superstar Joe and you got the Superstar fam in the building. How's it going, fam? I got a hard head, all right? I got a hard head, and I know I got one of you with that hard head, guys. If you are new here, do not forget, become a superstar. Smash the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notification, you know, whenever we post. You can also become a superstar VIP, $2.99 a month. Hit the join button underneath the video on your PC or on your Mac. You get a nice star next to your name, access to drop spreadsheets, price prediction spreadsheets, and all the other spreadsheets that we come up with on during this year. Whenever you're, as long as you're a member, we update it every single month. Also, buys and sells we post every single month. We'll advertise for you. First dibs on merch. Star in the universe every single month. So make sure you're part of that program. And we're just looking to add and keep it coming. So if you guys want to follow us, you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Discord is in the description. That's been popping off like last couple of days. Make sure you're in that Discord and chatting it up. Everyone in there is so cool, and it's a fun time. So I really love being in there. Also, there's a PO box if you want to send us something, become a superstar Hall of Famer. Enough of that. Let us get into. Oh, if you want to follow me on Veve, I relisted my boy Fastos. There he is, 6909. It's been a while, but he is there. He's up for 9.9999 million. Go and find him, and then you'll find me. And you can follow him. Can we get another Fastos wall going? If you remember those days, if you're an OG, you remember the Fastos wall. Rob Stuff pranked us, and it just turned into everybody buying a Fastos and putting it up. And now it would be even cheaper to do it. I think it's like 3 gems or something for Fastos. So what do we think? Can we get another Fastos wall going? That would be hilarious. Veve Twitter. Back-end maintenance and upgrades have been completed, and payout is now live again on the web app. That was a quick turnover. You got to give Veve credit on that. They give you a little bit of update that it was going down, and they would be back as soon as possible, and it is back. Thank you for your patience while we made these necessary improvements. I think the one thing we can maybe improve here is just if you know what type of a fix you're doing, maybe say we'll be back within a week or two, but maybe it's something that they didn't want to put a timeline on because they know hashtag soon is just going to nail them if they don't hit that timeline. So I get it at the same time, not putting the timeline on it, but I mean, if it's just a simple update or something like that, I don't know though. So I guess whatever they did, it didn't last long, and that's the good thing. We showed this yesterday's video. Shout out to Vault Vision. He got recognized by Veve for his little augmented reality video. We're getting a drop. So deep in the Valley of Flame, Moon Boy reveals the origins of the devil dinosaur. Biggest Moon Boy in the building. And I am revealing the origin of the devil dinosaur. And the origin of the devil dinosaur, if you want to know, is actually the Toronto Raptors mascot. You can see very, very close resemblance, even as a Darth Vader over here. So you know it's Veve tied, and we're getting it on Veve. Devil Dinosaur #1 on Go Collect. This is the pro version. This is what you get if you do go over there. We have one of those accounts, and you'll be able to see pretty much all the last sales. And the last sale, there's actually one that's a 9.9. So if you didn't know, like comic could be graded even higher than a 9.8, but there is one graded in 9.9. It's never been sold, so there's no selling price. But a 9.8 last sale was 270. Is last sale or is that average sale? 275 eBay, and then if you want to look at auction, no, they're all eBay. It looks like because it's not crazy expensive book. So 275 for a 9.8. So not the most expensive book. I mean, really disrespecting the Toronto Raptor there, but it is what it is. If you like dinosaurs, I mean, that might look nice to the T-Rex whenever we get comics in showroom, hashtag soon. All right. It's not soon. We know it's just soon. Speaking of T-Rexes, look at Veve fan art with a T-Rex chasing the Silver Surfer. I think Silver Surfer just got out of the way. He was about to get eaten. But I'm loving it with the background there. This is augmented reality. The T-Rex's neck is like perfectly in line with the backdrop there. You see that? Like, I don't know if that was planned or what, but this is looking cool. So shout out to Veve fan art. And it was time to update your app today. If you didn't notice, it looks a little bit different on your phone when you go, especially to your profile page. Now it shows you your comic amount. What else? Like it shows you a check mark next to your picture there. So there's my picture, and you can see the check mark. It means that I'm KYC'd, I'm pretty sure. And then it gives you all your sets, your comics. Now you can click. I don't think you could do that before, but that's the major changes, it looks like. If there's anything else that changed, I know that they said they have the MCP code in there now, so I'm assuming maybe it's going to pop up on your profile page. That's the main page that changed. but definitely you want to update that. So let's go over to our Twitter here. I'll pull it down a little bit because there's a bunch of stuff that happened, and there's some crazy stuff out here. So definitely you want to follow Mintalysis. All right, Mintalysis is ridiculous. Like this is like an OP thing that is going on here. Look at this post. Attention. User is looking for partner statue 693. We have identified the owner. And then they put the guy's, even his Twitter, as far as his Twitter. So I'm guessing they were able to figure out his Twitter based off of his username from Veve. Automated mint hunting services coming soon. So what is going on? Hey, I would like to buy a partner statue, mint 693, my birthday. Hope I can find my baby. And then that's from Joris. And then he ended up finding out who has it, and they tweeted it out. And if you click this, like, you'll actually see the guy responds. He's like, that's me. It's ridiculous. So they actually found, but it doesn't stop there. So we're going to keep going on with that. But also shout out to Veve Fox. She's still doing what she's doing. She also qualified this. If you didn't see my other video, there's number of active wallets. There's no exact way to identify merge accounts, so the numbers might not be 100% accurate. So keep that in mind whenever you're looking at the numbers. And I'm loving that she's qualifying it. It's even qualified on the VVX Tracker website. So shout out to Veve Fox for continuing to do what she does. This is another thing. It's been helpful. Please consider gifting some trees to the environment for our ecology page. So they're saving the environment. Ridiculous. Now, this was something cool. Off of Veve for a second, but there was the McFarlane Spaces today. I actually couldn't attend it. I was at work, but I did listen to it right afterwards on my drive home. And they had this POAP. So we talked about POAPs here before, where it's something that if you attend Spaces or if you attend something, you are able to get a free NFT as proof of attendance or whatever. And they left it open. So even if you didn't attend, you had an opportunity to get in there. So what I did, if you go to the McFarlane Toys website, they have a recording of the Spaces, and then it was like one of the pinned tweets. You click it, it would bring you to this Galaxy website, and you would have to just make sure you had your wallet linked. You had to be a part of their Discord, and you had to tweet something, which was this. This is why this is tweeted. And then you had to grab the code and put it in to prove that you tweeted it, kind of thing, or like share it. Or I think you had to click share and then copy and paste the share link in. And it was pretty simple, and it says that I've completed what I need to do, so I should expect to get the POAP NFT in my wallet. And from what I understand, it is a picture, so it's going to be something I could put in my McFarlane showroom. So I'm really enjoying being a part of that community there, because it's showing me different things that could be possible on Veve. And it shows that the space, like, it's proof of concept. And we talk about this all the time. Like, we want all of these other projects to do well because they prove concept. If Veve's got to do everything, it's a lot for one company, right? If these other companies are able to do it, Veve can maybe look at them, say, oh, that was a good idea. I like that idea. They can even see how it is received by the community. So right now they're probably looking at HRO and the crafting and saying, oh, how's that doing? How's the transfer, the trading market doing? And they can maybe look at that and see how it is received. So I think that's pretty cool. But speaking of crafting, or I guess this is more airdrop than crafting. Yeah, this is, I guess, airdrop. Hold all 3 of any rarity and receive an animated spawn trash thrown. So I'm very curious to see how they animate this. Is he going to stand up and do something? I do have one of each of the 3. I don't have all 6, which would be the second one. If you own all 6, on top you get a animated redeemer. I think I'm just missing the clown, the red clown one, the bloody clown. So I think it's like $300 though. I don't know if I'm willing to do that for this guy. I really Spawn obviously was the first mint, and I think that's going to hold the most value from this set. So animated Spawn be pretty cool, and I like that they are doing airdrops right out the gate with the first set, and it's something that I'm glad that I held on to this long. I wanted to give it a chance. Also, they're doing something else here where if you hold all 4 dinosaurs, so these were the dinosaurs that you were able to get if you bought the physical. They were codes in the boxes of the physical to redeem these. They do not move. The ones that you were able to buy if you were on the platform and the first ones that were released were animated NFTs. I do have the Superstar Money Color one. I did land this one on drop, and I sold it and bought this one. But if you own actually this one here, you have to burn all 3. So this is a new mechanic that's coming out. We've heard the talks about that for the gauntlet. Maybe you have to burn the stones to get the gauntlet. But now McFarlane is saying that they're doing this, and in the Spaces he talked about doing it by March. So I'm curious to see how that goes and if there's any fumbles. And this is something, again, if Veve's not planning to do the gauntlet, they can see how this goes for these guys, see if it's a smooth process, and then maybe it's an idea that they can use for future stuff. So that's what I'm saying. I like to see other projects do well. And just so you know, I was talking about that check mark that is on your Veve profile. It was confirmed that it is if you are a KYC account. So you can see my check mark, Superstar Money Joe. I don't know if you can read that, but there's my account numbers. I don't got a crazy amount of collectibles, but I got what I like. We talked about that. Shout out to Metaverse Life. He's been a little bit off the scene. I think he's working on the Veve 500, which is cool. And look at this. Metaverse Life collab with Will with the NFTs, who graciously created a music track for the Veve 500. So the Veve 500 is going to be amazing. You got all different personalities from the community as owners. And even David Yu is on Team Chucky now. So shout out to him. I'm glad to have the boss in the corner of the guy that I am cheering for. And Rob's got Thor in the race. He's got Dr. Profit, the biggest wallet. Incredible. I was just on a Spaces with Silicon and Mr. MC1, the other two owners. So it's going to be wild. There was some trash talking. I was throwing some jabs at Veve Magic because she's been back in Cap in America. So, I had to make sure that I got my Chucky push in there, and I can't wait for this to come out. And it looks like it's coming out later this month, so it sounds like it's going to be a fun one. I think he was saying it's like 10 minutes long, so it's going to be a motion picture. So definitely something that you're going to want to keep your eye out for. I just spoke about it. There was a Spaces, and there's still one going on. So if you guys don't know, there was a huge Spaces, like 250 people were in the Spaces, and it was called Transparency Veve, and it was basically a lot of concerned community members and just like bringing up concerns, and it seemed like a very negative tone in the room. Like people are very disappointed, very upset, and they're just trying to air their grievances. But sometimes when that happens, a lot of the space becomes like what the point that you're trying to get across is looked at in a negative light. Like sometimes you might have some valid points, but when there's name calling and bullying and people getting kicked out and this and that, and there's a lot of back and forth, it kind of defeats the purpose of the point of the space. And then right after that, Silicon starts this transparent FUD-free Veve space, and you kind of saw the numbers move from the one space into the next space. So you can see there's about 150 people in here now, and then there was a point, I think he was almost at 200. So people were moving over into this space because maybe they were upset with the tone of the other space. I'm not 100%, but I guess you see the title of the video, and I'm just trying to think of like maybe there's some ways that we could limit, not necessarily FUD, but like people feeling so upset or mad about the project. And I know that there's technical things like airdrops and stuff that's one thing. Like there's going to be opinions, but it never really took away from the long-term vision. Like obviously that's something that they can fix and get over with, but there are like some serious accusations going on now, and all this types of stuff that people are just over with the project. I don't know if there's been a lot of losses or whatnot, but I think that there's a lot that can be done to kind of limit this, and by a lot, it could be the same as nothing. So what I mean by that is if we don't say certain things, then people will not get as disappointed. Example, and now it's a little bit too late on some of these topics, but I guess it's a moving forward topic. But there's been some things that have happened recently. Like it's not like it's been only the old topics that we've been chasing. It's let me first. So obviously the big one in the room, MCP. Everybody's been waiting on it. It's supposed to come Christmas. You're giving timelines. Obviously with Mitch in the room now, it seems like the timeline thing is kind of not going to happen as much or ever anymore, which is cool. And even we saw it with this update, this small little update of the payout. They didn't give a timeline on when it'll be fixed. I don't know if that's just company policy now, whatever. But that's something that people are ragging on them. So whenever they do deliver MCP, you're going to win a lot of those people back just because they've been waiting on it. They've been preparing for it. It looks like it's in the code now. They just updated the app. They got rid of a bunch of bugs. So that stuff's in the right direction. I think stuff that they've promised in the past, once they do deliver on it, OEP is going to be another one. But once they deliver on those things, I'm talking more like new things that we've talked about that hasn't been delivered on. And the other example would be like, we're talking about how we are going to be getting sports and music, but now it's like everyone is, it's just an example. Like, why even say it? Why even tell people about it? Because then you get people's hopes up. And then if you don't deliver within a certain period of time, now, if you're not going to be giving timelines and you don't deliver in a certain period of time, people are going to be like, you promised me sports, you promised me this, you promised me that, and you never give it to me. So you're not going to get rid of the hashtag soon by just getting rid of timelines. I think you have to kind of delay or don't say anything about upcoming things, period, because there's a lot of butthurt people in this community, and it's probably 90% due to their investment being worth 10% of what it started at. But I think that there's other things that we can do to prevent future blow-ups and anxiety or whatever. So maybe we need to not dangle the carrot in front of the community and say like, oh, we're going to get this, or this is going to happen, or even tweet out the word Pokemon. I think that that's something that maybe David shouldn't have done. I know Alex wasn't too happy with it. He even put a little GIF. Obviously, people don't know if Veve has Pokemon, but I mean, to be tweeting out about it, and then if they don't have it, it's almost like you're leading them on. I know that we've talked about music. It's been brought up. Like there's been AMAs. I mean, I feel like it's been like a good part of a year where they've talked about music coming and anime coming and all of these things come into the app, but no timelines, obviously. And I understand not giving the timelines, but at the same time, when you do tell people things are coming and they don't come, or it takes like a long time, especially like licenses and stuff like that. I mean, I'm sure that there's contracts and whatnot in the background, and you got to prepare and you got to get all of the tech stuff out the way. It's just maybe the community is better served not knowing anything. And think about like when you do drop things and people had no idea how that would feel for everybody. So I don't know. That's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Let me know. Do you think that maybe they just shouldn't say anything, and when it does come, it's more beneficial? Or do you think they should be saying things to keep people engaged? Obviously, there's been a bunch of AMAs. People ask questions, and I guess rather than avoid the question, they want to give some hope. But I don't know. Maybe company policy, if we're not giving timelines, maybe we don't give previews either, because maybe people can't handle it. I don't know. Anyway, if you are new here, guys, do not forget, become a superstar. Smash that subscribe button down below. And you can also become a superstar VIP, all the perks that come with it. Star in the universe, my favorite one. And guys, thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching the video. We will see you in the next one. I love you. Bye.